Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we're getting you ready to absolutely ace that test. We're breaking down the analytical exposition, and trust me, by the end of this, you are going to have everything you need to succeed.
All right, buckle up. This is your 5-minute high-speed boot camp. We're cutting straight to the chase, no fluff, just the essential info you need to walk into that exam and just crush it. So, you ready to do this? Let's dive right into our first mission, getting a grip on the core blueprint of this text type. Honestly, this is the key to scoring those top marks. Okay, here it is. Every single analytical exposition you'll ever see follows this simple 3-part structure, no exceptions. Think of it like a map, right? If you know the map, you can't get lost. And it's always thesis, arguments, and then reiteration.
It really is that simple. So first up, you've got your thesis. This is where you introduce the topic and tell the reader exactly where you stand. No mystery. Then come the arguments. This is your evidence, the facts and logic you use to prove your point. And finally, you wrap it all up with the reiteration. This is your mic drop moment, your powerful closing statement where you restate your case and leave zero doubt. Now, look at how this works. The thesis and the reiteration are like perfect bookends for your essay. The thesis kicks things off by saying, hey, here's what I believe. Then, the reiteration swoops in at the end to say, see? And this is why I was right all along. They have to match, but that ending one, it needs to feel even stronger, more confident. And this right here is the whole point. You've got to remember, an analytical exposition isn't about telling a story or just describing something. It's about winning an argument, period. Your one and only job is to convince your reader that your point of view is the right one. Okay, let's move on. Now that we've got the structure down, we need the right tools for the job. We're talking about the specific language tricks that examiners are literally looking for. Let's get into your persuasion toolkit. First tool in the box, the simple present tense. This is such a clever and powerful trick. When you state your opinion in the present tense, it sounds like a fact. It's not, well, I think this could be true. No, it's this is true. See the difference? It's so much more confident, so much more authoritative. Just look at this example right here. It doesn't say digital literacy will be a necessity or might be one. It says it is a necessity. That one little word, is, makes the whole thing sound like an undeniable truth, not just someone's opinion. That's the simple present tense doing its magic. All right, next up in your toolkit, evaluative words. These are basically your secret weapon for persuasion. Think of them like emotional signposts. They're the adjectives you sprinkle in to show the reader exactly how they should feel about your topic. They add all that weight and power to your argument. Yeah, words like crucial, vital, essential. These aren't just neutral descriptions, are they? They scream, this is important, pay attention. So when you're reading and you see one of these words, it's a huge clue. It's pointing right at the writer's opinion and what they're trying to convince you of. Spotting these is like getting free points on the test. Okay, enough theory. Time to put this into action. Let's do what they call a live fire exercise. We're going to take everything we've just learned and apply it to a real exam-style case study on digital literacy. Let's see how it works in the wild. All right, here we go. Test question number 1. Put your exam hat on for a second. What's the primary purpose of a text like this? What's its main goal? Think back to what we just talked about, the core mission of this text type. And the answer is C. It's all about persuasion. You got it. The number one goal, the whole reason an analytical exposition exists, is to convince the reader that your point of view is the correct one. Simple as that. Okay, let's do one more. This time, we're focusing on those language tools we talked about. Look at this sentence. What job is the word furthermore doing here? What's its function? That's it. The answer is B. Words like furthermore, secondly, or moreover are just signposts. They're basically telling the reader, hey, pay attention, I'm about to give you another reason to believe me. They just keep building the case one argument at a time. We are in the home stretch now. This is it, your final rapid-fire summary. These are the absolute must-know tips to have in your head right before you walk into that test room. Think of it as your last-minute intel dump. Okay, lock these 4 things in. Number 1, find the thesis. It's almost always in that first paragraph. It's your North Star. 2, be a word detective. Know what synonyms like vital or connecting words like furthermore are actually doing. 3, spot cause and effect. Look for words like therefore or consequently. They're showing you the logic. And 4, the conclusion. That final paragraph is the reiteration, and it's there to hammer the main point home. So I'm going to leave you with one last question to make sure this all sticks.
When you're sitting there, exam paper in front of you, clock ticking, what is the absolute first thing you're going to look for in that text? That's right, the thesis. Find their main point, and you've already started to crack the code. You've got this. Now go ace that test.